Welcome to Manga Experts. Today we are counting our top 10 picks for the manhwa, where MC is overpowered and reincarnated in Muramur cultivation world. If you like our video, please leave a like and comment with your suggestions below. The great venerable demon has returned. Zhang Yi was a tragic teenager who was robbed of his girlfriend by Hu Tianyue. He was even swindled into taking on millions in debt, so that his father had no choice but to sell off their family property. Finally, his father died of cancer and overworked to death. But when Zhang Yi abandoned all hope and committed suicide, not only did he not die, but rather encountered a blessing in disguise. He transmigrated into the ancient immortal continent and born with great abilities. His growth was unstoppable. With heaven-defying cultivation, he rose to the position of the most supreme demon god in just a few years. Since he was in possession of an immortal treasure, the heavenly book of transformation, the so-called righteous people ganged up on him in a surprise attack. Finally, it ended in mutual destruction. But after his death, Zhang Yi returned back to Earth, back to the time when he was attending university. It's more like a decent version of Urban Cultivator Society. Lit the Supreme Being. Main character used to protect the kingdom of God along with God of Ocean and God of Chaos. But both of them got jealous of him and put the main character into thousands of reincarnations to blow his god spirit. After reincarnating 1,000 of times, the main character gets released from this curse and start grinding cultivation levels in order to get revenge on both gods. Art and fight scenes are very good. MC is overpowered from the start. At first it starts off good, but then it becomes too much repetitive. After every 5 seconds someone comes to main character courting death. MC beats him, then his elder brother comes, and then their grandpa and MC also beats them. This is highly recommend for hardcore cultivation manhwa fans. The Golden Age. Ban Suho, a guard who died after failing to protect the princess from the assassins, reincarnated back in time 2 years with an unknown force. This time he is determined to protect the princess, and he sets out in search of the sealed power to become stronger. Indeed, Ban Suho gains the power from an unknown force. This is quite good. Main character is a bit simp, but still he is kind of a cute simp, not those sucker ones, and the overall plot is also very good. Imprisoned 1 million years, my disciples are all over the world. Lu Chen, an immortal, was trapped in the chaos realm for many years. When he awoke again he discovered a whole different world. The old continent shattered into countless pieces, the north and south poles reversed, the heavenly suns went from 9 to 1, the wild beasts vanished, and the humans, who had only one small wild country a long time ago, have spread all over the world. An orphan he picked up in the past turned out to be the ruler of a kingdom, and a little girl he kindly adopted turned out to be an immortal. MC is thousands of years old, he has lost all of his cultivation. The initial plot is very unique for a cultivation manhwa. But then after some chapters MC shows his true colors. The girl he saved many times tries to ditch him, and he still simps for her. Otherwise it was a good manhwa, and enemies also have some personality to them. MC is still overpowered, but others always mistake him as weak. City Immortal Emperor Dragon King Temple. After years of training, the main character made it to the Gate of Gods. After going beyond that gate he could have become one who stands above all. But he failed to face the heavenly swords of calamity because he had some regrets left in the world from his past life. He must first eliminate all of his mistakes from his previous life, then he can ascend to a being above all. When the main character woke up he had returned to his college days. This is a quite good cultivation manhwa set in modern times. God of War Against the Sky. 100 years ago, a generation of God of War Yi Qindyun was born, crushing the sons of various great figures, making the enemy frightened by the wind, but unexpectedly betrayed by his lover Luo Ling, brother Wolf 13, and falling into the devil abyss. 100 years later, all sorts of life entered the Golden Age, and wicked characters emerged wildly. Yi Qindyun was reborn as a waste disciple of the Yi family, a small family in the 8 desolate continent. Fate is reversed, and fate is changed. In this life, he will not only crush the genius, but also kill all those who bear grudges against him. It has the same plot of Cultivation Manhwa, where someone comes to MC courting death after every 5 minutes, and it is highly recommended for hardcore Cultivation fans like me. Emperor Lingchen. Ling Yanchen, the master of the God Emperor, is reborn as a mortal, and he has started an unbeatable life that defeats everyone against him. MC is betrayed by his friend and GF. After dying, he reincarnates into the body of a dead kid who is member of a sect. This time his sect is very cooperative. There is no uncle courting death or wants the position of the family head for himself. MC is also merciless. This is quite unique and good for a Cultivation Manhwa. Main character has a unique personality, and bad guys are not just bad guys, they have strong reasons behind the stuff they do. But in later chapters the translation becomes a bit bad, but you can still read it by turning your brain cells off. Life of a War Emperor after retirement. The story is about a 40-year-old virgin otaku who gets isekai'd into a martial arts world for now apparent reason, and when he wakes up he's gotten into a body so handsome he gets mistaken for a beautiful woman. He cultivates and becomes the most powerful person in that world. He joins a sect in disguise, and then the story goes on. Art is good. The plot is a bit slow at first, it takes around 15 chapters or so to get good, and it is totally worth it. I reincarnated as the crazed heir. Yang Jagak, who was assassinated through poison during the political wars of the Muram. While he thought he was dead, he realized he was in the body of another person. He found out that he is in the demon cult. The art he knows is the heavenly demon god Arts, and the owner of the body was the crazed heir who lusted after women. The point of tension in this manhwa comes from the protagonist trying to maintain a facade of being lustful and self-centered, while presumably having a more righteous mindset underneath it all. He does this for 2 reasons: to disarm people and make them lower their guards around him, and to fit in better among the rest of the Sun cult. The Sun cult is currently in the middle of a power struggle to choose who will become the next leader, and, long story short, our protagonist wants that position. Beyond Myriad Peoples. This is a type of Cultivation Manhwa where the MC is transported to a Muram world where he has no spiritual root, but extreme skills like boxing etc., but unknown to him. He is very powerful, and everything he does becomes a treasure in that world. Even the greatest experts respect him, and he misunderstands everything. I strongly recommend this manhwa. It has the perfect mix between a relaxed but still action-packed storyline. By having an extremely gullible MC that more than often misunderstands the situations, which makes the manhwa even more hilarious. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions. And don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next videos.